there.
That's all right.
Sometimes he's on the phone.
Yeah,
You know.
you get started. Please rise for
the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag, of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay.
We have some special guests here tonight. And to receive a very prestigious award. And I'm going to have Danielle do the honors, if you don't mind, please.
Yeah. Molly and Jared, you want to come up? So we have an award that the Recreation Department gives to sixth graders at the end of our program. They're voted by the coaches and the refs for the players that exceed sportsmanship and kindness. And Jared and Molly were the recipients this year. So this award is named the Maureen Perel Award. Maureen was a huge presence in the community.
Oh, yeah.
In the in Millbrook. She was a churchgoer at St. Joseph's. She was a Girl Scout leader. She was a coach of basketball. She was a mother of 4. And she was part of the swim team, and her life ended very quickly. But she was very much involved in the community, and devastation was throughout our town, and the only way we could fight back that devastation is create this award for children in the community. So, Molly Sukup, I present you with your award. Congratulations. And Jared, you want?
Can we get,
Get a picture with all
Do
of
we
them.
want to take a minute and have them get pictures
some
with you?
pictures?
Danielle?
We should do the whole
Wouldn't
town
that be
board.
nice?
What?
Yeah.
We should do the whole town board in a picture.
Oh, you want to?
Yes.
You guys stand.
All right. Okay.
For the town
We'll
social
stand
media,
here.
of course.
Is that right?
Congratulations, you guys. Do you want them back there with you, or?
I don't know. How does this look?
No,
Or
that's
maybe we can go
terrible.
over there. Yeah, we'll go over there.
go over there? Okay.
Congratulations, nice work.
It's okay?
Oh, no, you should be in the picture.
No, I'm good.
Yes, no, you're the,
No, I'm good.
you really should be in the picture. Thank you. Gotta scooch closer.
It's closer.
Scooch, 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 scooch.
Get everybody?
There you go.
That's awesome.
Great, thank you so much.
That's great.
Congratulations.
Chrissy, can we get something put out on the
Yep,
social media there with,
absolutely.
that'd be great.
Yes.
Thank you very much for coming.
Well, great.
It's awesome.
You send me? Coming down.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, thank you.
Congrats.
That's awesome. Thanks, Danielle.
Yeah, very nice.
Okay, Joe, I read your report.
Yeah.
It's right to the point.
Yep. 22 storms so far. The heating obviously is because of the deep frost that we had throughout the winter, basically. It's starting to come up. We'll see more of it. Our dirt roads are not doing so well. We've been working on them every day that we can, despite rain and such. So we've got a couple of them put back together. The marathon, I'm not sure. They usually run it early. I think it's the 12th of this year.
I don't know the date.
Yeah, April 12th. I think.
Danielle would know that, but.
No, we usually get it done, but we'll do the best we can. I had asked them, I believe the second year that they were here, if they could think about going right outside of the park instead of left, go up the State Road, then onto the Shunpike, which would basically take up all the distance of the dirt roads that they have to run. I was sort of, not rebuked, but I was sort of, that didn't happen, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
When they finalized this, their map, now it's, I guess, written in stone, so I'm not sure how it works, but we'll see how it goes. The important thing is your salt. We used a record total of 3,600 ton.
Jesus.
That's us and the village. We actually, at one point, weren't using any salt in our mix, which is what we use on the dirt roads. We were just using sand and stone, which we continued through the last several storms. Still, the village owes some of that. The cost was $280,000. 1,100 of it, totaling about $85,000, was from last year's budget. So through November and December, you're still working on last year's budget. So usually I have over $100,000 left, because this line is also used to repair the plow trucks, which, because of their age, and you'll see that on the list also, need repair at the end of the year. So there's not going to be a lot of that. I think we only have about 70,000 left. Usually it's over 100,000.
Do you have a formula that you use to know how much the village would need to pay?
Sure.
You do. You have
Yeah,
a formula to
they're
figure that out.
They're billed.
Okay.
Yeah, we get paid.
Okay.
They pay twice during the year, once in.
'Cause they use a lot.
Yeah,
They use a lot.
they do.
They use a lot.
They do, they only have about 8 miles worth of road, so that's 16 lane miles. We have 100 and, from here to Westerly, Rhode Island, 135 lane miles. That's what we plow, that's what we take care of. It's a lot.
Roughly, how much do they pay us?
They pay us, well, they pay us the price per ton.
I know, but roughly, do you know what
Well, it
it
depends.
was?
This year's probably gonna be a bit. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't hit 1,000 tons. But they probably won't. I mean, I don't think it's ever been over 500 or 600. We've had bad years like this
Mm-hmm.
since I've been here.
If I chime in, I think last year it was a total of $37,000.
Yeah, it wasn't much.
Yeah.
Wasn't much at all. And I think they've already paid like 28, was it, or 20?
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Somewhere in that
25.
change?
Yeah, somewhere
Yeah.
in there, yep.
That they paid us so far this year?
Yeah, they pay us twice a year, midway and then at the end. If
Got it.
you guys feel that it should be different, it's just
Right.
giving Lois more to do, but, I mean, if you want it every month, every,
No.
3 weeks, whatever, but we get the money.
Okay.
Big trucks, your 2001, which you got good use out of. Number 3, that's done. That's junk. That went down in late January, I believe. Its sister truck, number 2, is done as far as I'm concerned. We're fixing an axle on it, and that's the last repair we should be doing to it, because it's just not worth it anymore.
Okay.
We've been fixing these things for 26 years.
So how is that going to impact you?
Well, I have one on order, which we have the money for. We may have to pull another one in. You know, we're using the little trucks, they're great. They're working, we're actually using one on blacktop now. It's getting the drivers used to them, or wanting to use them.
Yep.
But, when you get storms like this, those big ones do the pushing back. We clear the roads. The roads are open, but as far as pushing the snow back to piles 5-6 feet high, you need the big ones with the wings. So you're going to have to keep some of them. I think you have 7 now. I envision keeping 4. See how it goes.
Okay. Good.
Do you sell them for parts? What do you do with them when they're junk?
Junk.
Just
Sell them for
salvage?
junk.
Okay.
Throw all our metal in the back of one, and we have had a couple of auctions where we actually did get some good money for a couple of them. But when you can't get it on the, on the trailer, it's basically just.
No, mostly what I wanted to know is that they're moved out and we're not just storing junk trucks.
No, well, we've been doing that for years, but they actually ran, so that's what they weren't junk. We're gonna be hiring this year, I'm not sure how many, between 1 and 3 will be retiring, leaving in the next 2 years anyway. I searched around for, we hired a guy 2.5 years ago with 20 years' experience, and he's worked out really well, and a CDL. We hired him for $25 an hour. A recent hire at another town whose wages are about similar to ours was $28.50 for a new hire. He had a couple of years' experience on a forklift, but he had a CDL. But there were no applicants. And I had talked to Gary briefly about this the other day. There's not gonna be a lot of applicants. People are driving, truck drivers are driving Amazon trucks, nice big Mercedes trucks with air conditioning. We just don't see it.
Do we offer anything that, Amazon can't offer as far as like a better work-life balance, better health insurance, those
Coming
kind
to
of
that-
things?
Coming to that now.
Okay.
One of the suggestions that you might want to think of is, we have workers that have not used their sick time. That means they're there every day. That means for years. Their sick time, the only way it's dispersed here is that they take time off, which of course hurts me, because they've accumulated up to 960 hours. Well, one of them is up there, but there's guys with 500, 600 hours. What I might suggest is that one thing, and I'll come back to you later with some others, is that you allow them, as other towns do, most other towns do, is to use that towards their pension. Lois knows more about that. It'll probably cost you some money. You may have to budget for it during the course of the year. We don't budget for it now, obviously, because their pay scale, if they take a day off sick, it's the same month.
So the time accumulated in sick time can go towards their pension?
Well, it doesn't, you can't here.
But you would
But it
like
can,
that to happen?
yeah. It can.
I've seen that so many times before.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
state does it that
Yeah,
way.
no,
The
everybody
state
does.
also uses like the balance. I'm not sure how healthcare, like dental and whatnot,
My second suggestion,
you could use that to, they can
As a
accumulate it
bridge.
and
as a bridge, you have guys that have been here 25, 26. You're gonna have 2 or 3, maybe 2 or 3 more, but maybe 4 altogether, that will stay here and that will get to that point where they've been here between 20 and 30 years.
Mhm.
Right now, your policy is that at 20 to 25, at 20 years, I believe, you pay 50% of their health care. At the age of 62, you help them for those 3 years. If they're here 25 years, you give them 60% to bridge that gap between Medicare and their retirement at 62. There's other numbers out there. I'll research them. There's 60, 55 is pretty young. You're probably going back to work. But if they had some incentives, because a lot of these other towns have these incentives.
Joe, I read the employee handbook. I don't see it in there. Is there a different source for this information? And can we get the information what we currently offer just to have?
It's in our handbook. I'll guarantee
In the
you.
employee handbook?
Yeah,
Okay.
it is. And
I'll read it again.
You may have gotten the older one. There's a newer version upstairs I can get for you.
I'll look at the one I have and see if it,
Okay.
I mean, I read through it. I don't remember seeing
Yeah.
this, but it doesn't mean it wasn't there.
Yeah, healthcare is a big thing with the men, obviously,
yeah.
and if they stay, and if they have these, and if they're coming to work, I mean, it's ghastly work for 5 months. I mean, and then you start working a normal job, you know what I mean? So, So to get these people in here, what I'm seeing is that they're hiring, you're getting a guy like we got, only thank God we got a very good one, from other towns that may have outlived their, their welcome at these towns. Or maybe they're on what we call, they're short, so they only got a few years left to fill in. So you'd like to have some young people come in. You'd like to give them that incentive. And, if you look at some of these other jobs that have proliferated in their salaries and in their incentives, this is not one of them. And it's not the town's fault, it's just the town has operated that way forever. And other towns are now starting to, I got outbid for a great kid, a couple of years ago by the state, who was not, they were at 17 an hour for somebody coming in. We offered 22, they went up to 25, gave him a $3,000 bonus, and away he went.
Yeah,
Has there ever been a discussion about retention bonuses here?
no. No.
I got some things written up. I'll bring it to you
Okay,
at some point and see what you think.
so
And if
CDL,
you have any ideas, please.
is that a requirement to get hired, or would you give them
I like
time
to use it.
to
Well,
get
that's-
it?
That's another one of the things, training.
Right.
Paying for their training.
The county's doing that now. The
Right.
county's paying for a
Like if they
CDL.
were-
They're doing it too.
We could pay for them
Fishkill
to
does
get it.
Offenders does it. They all train these kids. Yeah. Yeah, it's part of the deal, sort of, because you want these guys to stay. We have the anomaly, if you will, of plowing dirt roads. No one else really has that except basically Stanford, who has, I think, 17 miles. Amelia's down to a few, maybe 5. I think Unionville might be less than that. We have 30. It is not fun, and it's not something, it's something you put them on. I did it for my first 4 years, just to see what that was all about, even though I could have realized it in my first 4 minutes. But, so it's tough stuff. It's tough stuff.
How's Killern Road? Did it have
Doing
it? It is? Even after that thaw and?
Remarkably, it's doing better
Wow.
than Deep Hollow and Kennels and a little bit of Woodstock, which we're on,
Mhm.
so.
Joe, I was just wondering if you could explain the heaving. What does it exactly do?
Okay, so-
And how does it happen?
Okay, so the frost gets in the ground. We had a terribly cold winter,
Right.
okay, as we all know. So the frost gets into the ground and it embeds itself deeper and deeper and deeper, and when it thaws, I've had it thaw overnight, in a short amount of frost, and it'll put a hole in the road. My first year, there was a car literally in this hole.
Mm-hmm.
When that frost comes out, okay, it'll heave first. You won't notice that part. The road will expand.
Mm-hmm.
And then when all of a sudden you get a warm rain or the frost starts coming out because of the weather, it will put huge, massive ruts in the road.
Mm-hmm.
You will see more, when you're on a highway and all of a sudden you hit these bumps, they are usually pipes that are crossing the road where the fill around them has sort of disintegrated. Frost has gotten in, raised it up, and then comes back down.
Mm-hmm.
And you have these little indentations in the road that you weren't aware of when you were doing 50.
Yeah.
So anyway, I do have some stuff. If you guys can think of anything, that'd be
Yep.
great. It's out there. Probably time to look at it, because we just don't have a lot of candidates anymore.
Yeah.
I think I've hired 4 guys, and I think there were 6 applicants altogether, 4 hiring stages.
Do you have, going back to retention bonuses, do you have people who take the job and then realize that they're not cut out for the job and leave? Or generally when you hire, they stay
I
on?
had one, he was here 3 days.
Oh,
And then he wanted to come back, and I sort of declined. And I had a kid here for 4 years, and he said, you know, it's the plowing. It's getting up all hours of the night. It's the, when, you know, even when we're not plowing, trees fall, middle of the night. They block roads, they take wires down. And we gotta go all the time. So it's not just in the winter, but that's the most prolific of it. It's just constant. Anyway,
Good.
thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Joe. Hey, Bob. Welcome back. Nice and tan.
He is, I know.
Look at
Look at the tan.
Relax.
Tan.
Chrissy, you want to give your report?
Sure. The town clerk's office brought in $1,765 for revenue in the month of February. The town clerk's report has been submitted to the supervisor. We are still heavy in tax season. We are, however, now just continuing to collect between now to June 1st with penalty. And we've collected a bit over $5 million. I attended the Association of Towns training in New York City on February 16th and 17th with Lois, Natalie, Kristen, and Danielle. It was informative and team building. It was a nice trip. And then in April 19th to the 22nd, I'll be attending the Town Clerk's Annual Association Conference. And that's in Albany. And it's centered on town clerk responsibilities and training, so that'll be good. And also, Danielle's organizing an Earth Day. I won't say much more because she's going to tell you about the amazing idea she has, but clerk's office is going to participate, and we're going to sell our punch cards, transfer station tickets, dog licenses, and hunting and fishing licenses.
Awesome.
Nice.
That's on a Sunday, so that's pretty great there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those things are.
Wow.
That's great.
No kidding.
so,
That's great.
but her side of it is much more fun and fabulous.
That's good. Thanks, Chrissy. Lois?
Sure, finally got through the January bank recs. And I'm almost done with the February bank recs. And also I always provide you with the Bank of Millbrook bank balances and New York class balances. Again, New York class, their interest rate or whatever you want, treasury bond rate, is a little lower. I think it's 3.9. Transfer station invoicing receipts are posted. Monthly revenue from the Justice Court, the building department, and the town's clerk has been received for February of 2026. I managed to complete the annual financial report. Was submitted on time on February 27th. And whoever would like a copy to see that report, I will print it for them. It's long, but what it is it basically, I have to report almost what's on our operating statement, which I provide you every month, your revenues, your expenditures, your bank balances. So it's not quite a tax return, but it's reporting everything that has happened in the year. I submitted the final ARPA submission on March 11th, so we won't have to report anymore.
Good.
Like I said, it's complete, done. And then the town has received all of its levy taxes from the tax collector for all the funds, highway, general, library, and fire protection. The library payment is in the vouchers, and the second half of the fire to the village is in the vouchers.
Okay.
And as Chrissy said, I attended the Association of Towns meeting in New York City. Again, very good, but we both felt that their attendance there was a little lower than it had been in
Really?
previous years.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a little
But still
shocking.
very informative,
Hmm.
and they also have like a whole room of what they call like vendors. So I think we talked with Amazon. I should, yeah. Danielle went and talked to everybody. So it was good information. I'm having a brain freeze.
on the company that we use for, it's Edmund, right? They actually have financial software, so I have the gentleman's name and I want to contact him about doing a demo. It may even do the transfer station billing, and I don't know how, maybe we can all connect to the clerk. I don't know how, but, so we're already using, the clerk's office is already using part of that system, so, hopefully, you know, I have a list of questions this time, so, I'll look into it. There's also Williamson, and then there's the older company, KVS, actually turned into Springbrook, and I know they have software, so that's kind of my three top choices
Good.
that I'll do demos with, so.
Good.
Yeah,
That's
the one
awesome.
we have currently is, well, Chrissy hears me cussing at it.
Lois needs an update, a software update.
I'm like,
Updates.
Yep.
All right. Thank you,
all right,
Lois.
that's it.
Okay, Danielle.
Hello, everybody. We had our Recreation Commission meeting last night. All of the commissioners were present, and Deirdre and I were also present. And our meeting was only 35 minutes long, so it was one of the quickest we've ever had. Abby today was in attendance at the Grant Review Program Funding Workshop at the Douglas County Emergency Response Center, and she had some good information on what kind of programming we want to try and get funding for. So we'll have more information about that. Before you, there are two resolutions. Resolution 3001/2026, and that is to bring the large pavilion rental up to where it should be. There's a difference normally between resident and non-resident fees. This will bring it up to the 25% difference. So it is currently at $250, and it will go to $285.
Okay.
If you're in agreement.
Okay,
Any
so,
That's a 25% difference? Yeah?
There's a 25% difference between resident and non.
No, but I mean, but 250 to
The 250 is what it
285?
is currently at, and it's going up
Oh.
to
Okay, so when the resident rate is how much?
225.
Gotcha, okay.
okay, I'll make a motion.
Second?
Are you asking for a second, or are you second? Oh, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We also put out some seekers to find a new groundskeeper, seasonal groundskeeper. And Matt and I did some interviews the other day, and we came up with someone that we think would be a good choice. And this is the resolution to hire him.
Do we need a resolution for this? I mean, you have it in the budget, right? We still need a resolution?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. All right.
And you did a little checking and so forth, and you're happy with it? Okay,
Okay.
so, someone make that motion?
I'll make the motion
Is there a second
as
to that?
presented.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you so much. So far this year, I don't know if you know about it, but the Town of Washington Recreation offers a wedding officiant. And so far this year, we've had 2 weddings, and next Friday, we're also going to have another one. So if you know anybody that needs to get married, and is looking for an officiant, we do it all. Camp registrations, we have 3 different sessions. The first session is at 26, the second is at 27, and the third is 35. We still have plenty of time for people to sign up.
Can you remind us what the maximum capacity is?
We've been up to 200,
Oh,
so we'll get
Tho-
there, hopefully.
Those are numbers you have now, up so far?
Yes.
Okay.
and you could take 200 per session or 200 total?
We have had 200 when we did it for the 6 weeks, and you only could sign up for the whole
Yes.
session. We've had up to 200.
Okay, got it.
We have some egg hunts coming up. On Friday, March 27th, will be our Twilight Egg Hunt. And that is for kids ages fourth grade to 8th grade, I believe. This year, we are going to have a movie beforehand with popcorn from 6 to 8, and then the hunt will begin afterwards. The daytime is the next day on March 28th. 10:30, we'll start the kindergarten and younger, and at 11, it will be grades 1 through 3. On March 10th, noon, we had a lunch and learn program for the adult 60-plus program. We had a macaroni and cheese and pork over top, barbecued pork over top of it, and we had about 25 people show up for that. And it was to talk about what our bus trips were this year. So far we only have the casino trip open, and we have 32 residents, registrants for that so far. Earth Day celebration, this is new to us. This is Abby's brainchild, so she had the idea and she's running with it, and she's got a lot of people interested in it. So we're gonna have about 18 vendor spots in the building to sell sustainable, recycled, or upcycled items, and the vendor spots will cost $20 per spot. There's going to be Big E barbecue food truck, face painting, sustainable companies with demonstrations, volunteer cleanup for those students looking for some volunteer hours. Cary Institute will be there, Cornell Cooperative Extension, Fire Department, Library, Stonewood Farms, Town Clerk's Office, and more.
Oh,
That sounds
great.
like a-
That's awesome, yeah.
Yes.
A town resident asked me if the town has the opportunity to do a shredding event. And I thought that would be a good thing to have
Oh, at Earth Day.
at Earth Day. I don't know if we can see, I don't know how these shredding companies work. But I was asked, and so I said I would pass it on
Okay.
to do a,
That Hudson Valley Shred, I think
So
that's
that
the
would
name.
be the cost that we would absorb, right? Because you have to pay those people to.
I don't know how it works. I'm assuming there's a fee.
Chrissy, did you look at that?
Yeah.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, there's a charge.
What is it, like people just bring their boxes and it gets weighed and you pay by the pound or
I
something?
think so. I was looking into it for record purposes here only, so I don't know what it would look like bringing it
Oh.
to an event for the public, but I could get information.
Yeah,
find
I mean, if
out.
we can't do it this quickly, maybe we can do like a sponsored event in the fall or something where the town hosted a shredding event.
Interrupt, but it's usually by the container.
Okay,
So you have like a garbage container,
Oh,
put
that's
all your
right.
records in
Right.
it, and then
Yep,
they shred it in front of you.
yep.
well, maybe we can find a way to make it happen for, if we can't, again, we can't do it in April, maybe we can do it in the fall and host a shredding event for people. It sounds like people have a lot of records they want.
So are you looking for it to be a free event, or are you looking for them to pay? Or was that?
Well,
I guess it depends upon the
we'll see how
price.
much it is. See what they
Yeah.
charge.
I'll look into it and let you know.
Thank you, Chrissy, I wasn't meaning to adding to your,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Danielle.
Thanks, Danielle.
Just in time, Lisa.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, annual exemption deadline is passed. That's always 3/1, so we still have some people coming in. So we tell them grievance. So anyway, we get quite a few people at grievance still. That's kind of our way of training them to make sure they get all their paperwork into us and, you know, unless there's circumstances. Seniors get more extra time, as you guys know. But we're still in the thick of processing them. It takes a while, you know, especially with the ags and the seniors. So Kathy's still in the, you know, in the throes of dealing with that and mailing out, you know, approvals or denials. Or not denials, actually, we're not sending out denials yet, but if we need more information, like if it's just like a matter of financials or something like that, we'll usually let them still bring that in, but it depends on the circumstance. Sales for January, we had 6 outside the village and 1 in the village. February, assessor had 46 reviews, sales reviews 6, data collection, parcels and sites completed 11 and 12. He was away for at least a week in February, so that's all. Changes to the 2025 roll are
ongoing. I mean, I'm very busy. I'm always busy at this time of year, trying to get everything on the roll, and still working to get stuff from the village, as always. Right, Bob? That's still ongoing. Let's see. Then we do have projects that we're always working on, but obviously right now those are all kind of put to the side until we get the roll done and we get the exemptions all completed and processed. Kathy and I attended a class on Monday at Dutchess Soil and Water. It was an ag class, a continuing education. There were a couple of, let's see, they had 3 guest speakers at that, so that was good. It's always good to have a refresher because the law is can be very convoluted, so it's good. It gives us an opportunity to ask our unique situations that come up with ag exemptions, which I had a few, so. Oh yes, and the other thing is too, that I'm asking the public, if, you know, after the tentative rule comes out, would be great if they have questions and concerns to come to me versus going right to grievance or right to Aventine or something. I'm the one that works with the values all year long. So it's really best that people come to me first and see if we can work things out versus, going to the board or.
Well, how do we get that
I
out?
was gonna say that same thing.
How do we get it out?
I don't know.
Put it on Facebook, I mean,
We
like
could put something on the
on,
website,
Yeah,
like a
actually,
very
that's
polite.
not a
Yeah,
bad
good
idea.
idea.
Because I do have a post actually that I gave to Nat that's starting, but maybe we could do a separate blast and just tell them,
Yeah.
just reach out to me. I mean, it just makes so much more sense. And I'm sure Kyle, you'll speak to this too. The assessor is the one that deals with the values all year long, so it makes sense for the assessor to do it.
People can save money.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Give us what you'd like,
Yeah,
how you'd
I
like to
can do
read,
that.
and we'll
Yeah.
put it up.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay. And that's it for me, unless you guys have.
You
any
want to
questions.
talk about the revale now, or do you want?
It's up, are you leaving or are you staying?
Well, I was gonna say for you to do your part.
So,
Yes.
I don't
Why
mind.
don't you go ahead and do it
That's why
now?
they put
Okay.
you and I
So,
back to back.
you're
actually,
next.
so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
look at that.
Look at that. Right in order.
Interesting.
Okay. So, first, I want to thank Lisa for her help. One snowstorm day when the town hall was closed, so she effectively had the day off. We still had a scheduled meeting with GAR, which is a company that does townwide reevals. Susan and I and Lisa met, teleconferenced with a representative from the company. We spent a long time on the phone with them, probably an hour and a half, going over exactly how they do their reeval program. And then Lisa and I sat down and talked about that meeting and how we felt it went. And then we followed up with equitable assessments yesterday. Again, Susan, Lisa, and I, and Christy came in and sat on the meeting. And we met with her and went over their evaluation process. And interestingly, having met with 2 different companies, the process was incredibly different for each company.
That's interesting.
The techniques were different, the way they gathered their data collection timelines were different. So I thought it was really good to have those 2, while it took a lot of time, again, Lisa sat through those meetings with us and asked some great questions. So, while it was time consuming, I felt it was very beneficial.
definitely.
And I think what we learned coming out of that meeting, out of those meetings, is that, we're too late to do anything for the 2027 tax roll. Yet we're too early to do anything for the 2028 tax roll as it sits now. Because the information that they're going to use is 24, 25, and 26 for information for data. So based on the disparity of the 2 companies and based on the time that we have right now, because now we've decided it's going to be the 2028 roll because we're out of time, that we would, and I would make the recommendation that we go out for an RFP. Christy was nice enough to get me the 2006 copy. When the reeval was done in 2006, there was an RFP done, so I think there's some precedent for good governance in that. And then Susan found the template on the state's website for an RFP, and I was able to find a town in New York that did an RFP this year for a reeval. So I think between those 3 sources, we can come up with a pretty good RFP. And I would just like I guess I would like a motion to to go out for an RFP and do the RFP
by
process.
all
So did
means.
you make that motion?
Yes, I'll make that
Yeah.
motion and that recommendation.
And I'll second it.
And
Great.
we're all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, good job.
The other thing, so it took a lot of time this month, but I think it was well worth it.
So, all right, let me ask, you put out the RFP, when do you want to do that?
I would do that as soon as we can, get it out. So
Well,
I will
like
start.
April-ish?
Yes, I will start working on it and getting it out.
And then the deadline for them to get back to us would be?
I'm gonna use a template, so
Okay.
I'm gonna use a responsible
But you
template.
want to pursue this in the fall?
Definitely.
Okay.
Have it online
Perfect.
and start it in the fall for the
Perfect.
timeline.
All right,
Probably, right?
Yeah, the
Lisa?
process.
You mean the actual timeline for the reval?
To grant the RFP and get the
Get
reeval started.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
When we started with the MJ Watch, you and I were just looking at the dates for that today. And actually, the process started in 2002.
Yeah.
And the reval was not done until 2006.
2006.
It was a different time, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I don't know.
technology.
No, not really. I mean, we had.
Bob, you were
RPS.
here for that one, weren't you? You're familiar with that.
No, I don't know. I know 2 years was planning, right? Because then it started in 2004.
well, let's see what they have to tell us in their
Yeah,
proposal.
so-
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll
Let's
find
see
out.
what they
So
have
there's
to tell
a little
us.
bit of unknowns because
Yeah.
we've never done this.
There's
so-
questions, but they'll
That
tell
wasn't
us
a
in their
good one.
It was
proposal.
not good.
Right.
Was that MJ Watch?
Yes.
We
Yeah.
had Problems from day one.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
all right.
Okay.
Well, he had a lot of inexperienced people out in the field.
Yeah. So just the-
perhaps
you know,
that's
just
why
to
it took
keep
so
in
long.
mind That you have to be sure whoever's gonna do it
Absolutely.
doesn't drive her crazy.
That's one of our
So much
parameters.
burden on
Or the
board.
taxpayers crazy.
Yeah.
They should do all the work.
That's one of our parameters.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's-
Exactly.
Is that
Yep.
they manage the hotline, they do the mailings. That's one of the things will be in the RFP.
yeah.
Right,
Because again, the two companies were very different in what their expectation of the town employees were.
right.
Okay.
And so then the other thing is, I attended the village budget meeting for the fire department. They had
Yeah.
asked me to go.
Yep.
So I did go and attend that. The fire department budget is, our portion is relatively flat from last year. I would say the big takeaways are, the turnout gear for the fire department has a 10-year lifespan. So based on their new firefighters and reissuing of gear, they need to purchase 6 sets of turnout gear every year. And that's a driver of the budget because it's not
Yep.
inexpensive.
Yeah.
The tanker truck number 31 is 16 years old. That is the one that they have on, they have another one on order, but this one they're hoping to replace in 2030. As you know, that they do the $75,000 truck fund every year. So the truck that's coming in that's on order, the chassis has been ordered. That's the right word, I'm not a truck
Yeah.
person. And they currently have, the way that's gonna be paid for is, they have a donation coming that's earmarked that will pay for 1/3 of the truck. The Millbrook Engine Hook and Ladder will be paying for 1/3 of the truck, and the town and the village will be splitting the 80/20
Yeah.
split for the other third of the truck. So, Millbrook Engine Hook and Ladder is definitely putting up some money for that, which is great. We pay 86.3% of the fire budget to the village, and that includes the EMS contract. The EMS contract this year, it was, for 25-26, it was 600,000. It goes up to 650,000. But I will say that the fire department was very good in the budget meeting. Things like a couple, $1,000 here and a couple $1,000 there for cell phones and cleaning of the firehouse. They pretty much said, that they would take some of that stuff in-house. So I thought they were very agreeable in their budget process. The one thing that came up is the apron to get the trucks on the ramp to get into the firehouse. It needs repair. The estimate is about $90,000. Rhinebeck used a CDBG grant from the county to get theirs done. So the village already has their CDBG application ready to go for this year, but talked about maybe next year because
You mean they've expended it?
no, they already have something they're gonna apply for.
Right,
I don't know what it
Right,
is.
right, okay.
I don't, didn't come up in the conversation, but they already have their application.
For something
Something
else. Like,
So they are gonna look at maybe, doing the CBDG. We can't obviously do it because we don't own the firehouse. We couldn't apply for the CDBG on their behalf. But also they're talking about maybe setting up a reserve for some infrastructure things at the firehouse in the future. So just, that's an ongoing conversation. But I thought the budget meeting went very well, and, there was no real other big issues that
I
came
have
up.
questions.
Okay, I hope I can answer them.
Okay. So the ambulance NDP, it's $650,000, right?
Mhm.
The town forks over $855,000. The remaining portion of that, some of it goes towards the 650, and then some of it goes towards other items
Correct,
in
'cause-
their budget?
Yes, because we pay 86.3 of the total budget,
That's the total budget.
the total
right.
fire budget.
Okay.
And
So-
so can I just tell you that, I know I'm interrupting you, that they broke their budget down into three things. One is, the fire response, the trucks, the turnout gear, the radios. The second portion is the firehouse, and the third portion is EMS.
Does our town money come up, all of it, as revenue in their budget?
So we talked about that. Karen and I spoke about whether or not to ensure that the village residents are not being levied twice. And it is a revenue line.
Our full amount is revenue
That's what she
to the
told me.
budget.
Yes.
Wait a minute, can you just explain that? So the village won't get taxed twice. I'm not, so
So that
if it's a revenue item, then the town's contribution is a revenue item, then what?
If you have a list of line items in a budget, let's just say for one, the NDP, the ambulance service, $650,000. You want the town's portion to be deducted from that in their budget. So the village is not paying the full 650 because the town is paying a portion of that.
So that means the tax rate will be reduced accordingly, is that what you're
Well,
saying?
it should be where it is, but if our money goes towards their budget and our portion goes towards that 650, if the entire bill is 650 and the town is forking over money for that, they can't tax on the full 650 because the town paid a portion of that.
Right.
It's coming from town tax.
Right, so it wouldn't be
Right.
levied in the village
So
and the
they should
town.
not levy that. So
They do
we
not.
need to show
I
where
asked.
that's levied
I asked a specific
and what
question.
is being levied.
Is it a question? I mean, like, somebody
Well,
doesn't
according to Deirdre,
I asked a question,
the
they said,
855,000 is being shown as a revenue.
right,
So if it's being shown as a revenue, it would be deducted from the full budget amount. You take A plus B equals C,
Right.
then you take this as a revenue and you minus from C, and that's where your tax levy is.
Lois, would that be, I mean, like, wouldn't that be apparent through some records, like in the state controller's
They have to
office?
show as a revenue on their budget.
Right.
Their line.
But I mean,
It
we
has to
can
be in
see
line
that, that's
item.
public record, right?
Yes. you
Okay.
should be able to
Yes.
see
So I have other
the-
questions. Oh, I'm sorry.
Budget. No,
I'm
that's
sorry,
okay.
Lois. Now, it's been a procedure in the past when we've paid this to the village, and now, in recent time, we are paying it in February, March.
Yes.
We're making two lump sum payments. Why is it that we can't go back to be paying it monthly? Can someone find that out?
sure. Do you want me to be the one to find it out? or
Could
do
you,
want-
being as you
Yeah.
When did that change?
we want to
Well-
say in the last 4
Yeah,
to
when
6
Tim
years.
Colopy was mayor.
Was there a reason we
You
changed
wanted
it?
it
Tim
changed?
asked for it.
He asked for
Okay.
2
He
installments.
wanted it up front.
Instead of one, right.
Pay monthly instead of biannual.
Right.
Well, we
No,
pay in-
well, not biannual, but monthly. Oh, instead
Instead
of,
of.
I'm sorry, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
We
All right.
pay in February, half of that, the fire levy, and then in February, then balance.
So it's not really
In March.
biannual, it's, you know.
Right.
And the
Because
benefit being, if you're,
As,
I'm
you know,
sorry.
I know, as the property tax levy, that
Okay,
comes in.
got it.
Okay, I'll ask.
And we want to make sure that the full 855 is
Yes.
knows the revenue.
Yes. I asked a question
I
in the
know-
public meeting.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Anything
All right.
else?
No, that about covers it
Okay.
for now.
Okay.
That's it.
I attended the rec commission meeting last night. It was quick but thorough. And are you saving the programming grant idea just for later?
It's fine, you can say it.
I think it's a great programming idea that Danielle came up with and Abby came up with. And they are applying for this grant for youth programming. How much? I don't remember how much. It's between $5,000 and $20,000.
Yes,
The total you can ask. And they're going to offer a teen movie night.
Teen gathering night.
Teen gathering night
Once
with.
a month, there will be a movie, but we'll also order some food and have maybe some holiday parties.
Yeah.
I think it's a good opportunity for do something for teens so they don't have much to do.
Damn right.
So
Great idea.
yeah, I think it's a great idea. So
Yep.
and I think that's all I have.
Okay, good. Thanks for the report. Okay, Joe.
All right. ZBA meeting was held on February 17th. After approval of the January minutes without comment, the board went into attorney-client discussion. After that, the meeting resumed with the Cornell's appeal of the Yadgard swimming pool. Alan Rapplier representing the Cornells and William Demarest representing the Yadgards each spoke and presented their side. Motion was made to waive the decision to have Cornell's pay escrow. Motion carried. A motion was made to keep public hearing open to the March meeting, which happens to be on St. Patrick's Day, in order for the Yadgards to provide specifics on screening and to get additional specifications if an equipment shed is considered a structure. The meeting adjourned at 7:37. Next meeting is March 17th. So that's it with
Does it-
ZBA.
Excuse me a second. Does it sound like they're making some headway? I mean, it sounds like they're maybe.
Who knows? One never knows.
Yeah,
Stay tuned. We'll see if it goes into the fourth year.
okay.
They talk quicker than this.
Right?
Moving on to Oak Summit. Joe Spagnola, Kathleen Velletri, and myself met with Dan Farnham from Colliers to discuss the next step with the Oak Summit project. The next step is the right-of-way process and purchasing small square footage of property via easement. 2 properties subject to the easements were appraised. The cost will be $600 and $700 respectively to each landowner. Offer letters will be sent to landowners. They have 90 days to consider offer. This will not interfere with the bid process schedule. This expense is reimbursed through the grant process. Today, we received a wetlands permit from the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation. We are still waiting on the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers for the Oak Summit. Killen Road, we are waiting wetlands permits. The Department of Environmental Conservation had minor questions, so that has been forwarded to Colliers to review it. Now, there's an ongoing question of whether or not the $100 check was cashed, sent to the DEC with Oak Summit. So that we know is done, but it gets confusing because we're dealing with Oak Summit and then we're dealing with Killen Road. We want wetlands permits for Oak Summit. We want wetlands permits for Killen Road. We're dealing with these people, the same people for Oak Summit as we are. So when you get an email coming from this person that requested it for Oak Summit, where's the $100? It's, well, I paid that. Okay, well, in fact, maybe they are asking for Killen Road this time. So we have to review that and see if,
Okay.
and,
Which one we paid?
and we paid for Oak Summit, I know. So we're gonna have to get Kathleen to, make a voucher for Killen Road,
Okay.
which is $100. So she'll probably ask some of us to come in just to email or initial, but everybody will know what that's for.
Sure.
Okay?
Sure.
So, all right?
Good.
So, okay, that's it.
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah.
It's a question. We received an email about ZBA fees.
Right.
Do we want to do we discuss that here in public? Do we go into executive session? How does that work?
ZBA fees
For a project about whether or not the ZBA fees were proper and should be returned.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Kyle, did you get that email?
Not that I'm
Did-
aware of.
That
You got it?
I
I
can't.
might have.
Yeah, I mean-
I think it's something we need to discuss. I just don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't know the process. If you guys discuss these
Yeah, if
things.
you want to discuss it. So let me just dig it up and send it to Kyle.
Okay.
He
I
didn't
mean,
get it.
Basically, the issue I talked to
Want me to
the,
grab a hard
I
copy
talked-
of it?
What's the title of the email? Search maybe, yeah. That's the-
It came in yesterday or the day before, right?
from you, Chrissy.
From
I think
Chrissy.
you forwarded it.
It'd be from either Lisa, CBA secretary, or myself.
So my understanding, just briefly, is that there was a matter on
Yeah, it
for
was.
solar.
It was Arcadia Fields.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Okay. So, I am forwarding this to you, Kyle, because you were not on the list.
Okay,
My apologies.
no worries.
And there you go.
So apparently, the ZBA granted the approval on the variance.
Yeah.
I don't know the details on it. And then what happened was a neighbor appealed it.
Yes.
And so there were additional escrow fees that were required.
Yes.
And I guess the way it was billed by some of our consultants, and I'm sure this was not done intentionally, but they were billed to the initial applicant, not the neighbor who was challenging, was basically doing an appeal. So the attorney for Arcadia Fields was concerned, was perturbed, because they were being charged like for fees that were properly due, I think, to the appellant, to the neighbor that was appealing.
Okay, so we can't do that with the neighbor. That's a very similar case with the
What do you
Yad
mean?
Guards and the Cornells.
So-
We cannot, the Cornells, the ZBA wanted to have the Cornells, because the Cornells were the ones appealing it, to pay for escrow. But we can't do that unless we change our code. So the Yad Guards, in fact, have to
They have to pay for the appeal.
Right.
The initial,
It's been an ongoing for that, but they have to pay for the appeal. So we can't do that for them, and they're correct. They were billed properly.
okay. So,
Correct, Kyle?
So, I'm sorry, I was reading this while I was listening as well. I'm trying to,
So it's a very similar case to the Cornells and the Yad Guards. The ZBA wanted to have the Cornells
Right.
pay escrow, and we cannot do that
That's
unless we change our code or whatever, which we can bring that up, and try to change it.
Yep.
So we cannot have the Cornells, even though they're the ones appealing and appealing and
Pay
appealing and appealing, to pay escrow. It's the original applicant that, so they in fact were billed correctly for the Arcadia Fields, because the neighbors, they're wondering why the neighbors who brought up the appeal, Linda and whatever,
yeah.
they appealed, but they shouldn't be billed for that. The actual applicant, the Yad Guards.
Yes, well, wait a minute, okay, let me just, so, here's the bottom line. The ZBA cannot take, I don't believe they can take escrow as your code reads now. It's at best ambiguous for appeals. They can take fees and escrow, they can take a fee for an appeal if there is one, if it's listed in the fee schedule. They can take escrow for area variances, for the variances, area and use variances. So they can take escrow for that, because those are applications. But appeals are not applications, so they simply can't take escrow. So under all appeals, no escrow can be taken at this point in time. Whoever is making the appeal, whoever is filing the appeal to the ZBA, if your fee schedule requires a fee, whatever that amount may be, it's the appellant that pays the fee. Simple as that. So yes, you need a code change to allow you to take escrow for ZBA appeals going forward. So this way
When
But-
the Cornell or these people. So perhaps Kyle will give you time to review that.
Let me
and
take a
then-
look at the
And then you
letter.
can let
Yeah.
Frank perhaps know
Right.
by the meeting
But-
on the,
Yeah.
My understanding is that what's happened is there have been consultants working on the appeal, and they've been billing the town. So,
Correct.
right, I mean.
That's correct. So that's because the ZBA can't take the escrow. So,
But I mean, but what I'm saying is that, so therefore, if I understand what you're saying correctly, if I understand what you're saying, is that the town should be billed for the appeal and not the initial applicant.
that is correct.
But the initial applicant-
I'm not an applicant, I'm gonna be appellant.
This is what this is.
But the initial applicant who got the permit, Arcadia Fields, is getting the bills for the
Neighbor.
consultant fees that occur with the appeal.
Though that may be a problem.
okay, so that's a problem.
That is a.
That's what this
That's,
is.
okay, that's a problem.
Right.
Right.
They should not be.
And
yeah.
I also have some questions. So I
Then who ends up having to pay it?
It sounds like the town.
Yeah.
taxpayer.
All right.
Right. But it sounds, so it-
So let-
also there's some
change
question
that.
on,
We
and
need
I,
to change it. We need to change it.
but I think that the letter that came in, that we have to give the money back.
Yes, if that's what
Right.
happened, then that is correct.
I don't
And-
think that we collected the escrow, though. Maybe.
Did not.
Okay.
Right.
So there's no money to get back, you just
Right.
tell them they don't. owe
Right.
They just don't owe anything.
Yeah.
I'm impressed that it took 2 pages to.
Yeah,
Well, he's
But-
good at
Only
that.
imagine.
Charlie.
Yeah, he's great at doing that
The
stuff.
other question I have just in reading that, and again, I've never seen a
I think a
ZBA,
one-line email could have solved the problem.
Right?
Who am I?
To the ZBA secretary.
Ka-ching, ka-ching. Speaking of being billed.
I've never seen planning board or ZBA bills that go to our taxpayers, but it sounds like they're not very itemized. It sounds like they're just throwing out, is there a way that we can send our applicants an itemized bill to show where their escrow money is going?
We do it on, Lisa does it on an Excel spreadsheet, and if they would like to see the attorney's bills, she can attach them to see.
Okay, because just in there it mentions that they have no idea what the bills are even for.
She can send them the Excel spreadsheet. It doesn't itemize exactly, I mean, some of the, obviously, the invoices are a couple of pages long, but she has a copy of that invoice that is on that Excel spreadsheet, and she can attach it to that and give it to the resident
Okay.
that way.
Okay.
So, would the board like us to initiate a resolution and local law to amend the escrow requirements for the ZBA appeals?
For the appeals,
Yes.
We should.
I'll make that motion.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so we'll prepare a resolution of introduction to get that change.
Yeah.
I'll have it to you at the next meeting.
Do
And
other,
in the meantime, you'll review that.
Yeah, I'll review this and
just
I'll
to
get
make
back to
sure we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
Thank you.
do other towns generally collect fees on an appeal?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah.
and this appeal has been going on for
Oh, boy.
the better
Yeah,
part of
it-
3+ years.
Yeah.
Well,
It's tricky without doing a deep dive into it. Escrow, and charging applicants and appellants escrow can get tricky. But generally, by and large, it's permitted.
And then the third part of so the one part of their letter was ZBA fees, the second part was not clear invoicing, and the third point was about the items still on the ground standing that they have been told, they were told to remove. So I think that's another item we have to discuss. Maybe you can review it with the building
Well,
inspector.
Yeah,
That's,
I'll be happy to.
well, okay, so this letter, like, does this come up at the ZBA meeting, like as far as who needs to review this with the building inspector?
Well, no, it wouldn't come up with, at the I mean, even though this is directed towards the ZBA,
Yeah.
because it addresses the issue regarding the building inspector and his enforcement or lack thereof
Right.
is a town board issue and building
Okay.
inspector issue.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll be happy to
Because
talk
that, there are definite, a list of items that is unresolved in that project.
Right, that's why I'm saying, that's why I'm saying there
We
was,
kind of know that.
right, okay,
Okay,
thank you.
We just need a second to that motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, boy.
Aye.
Yeah, boy.
Move that hard.
Thanks, I didn't mean to make your report go so long, I just had
That-
questions about it.
That's fine. Good.
Okay, so,
Susan, next, right?
Yeah, I'll keep things very, very short.
does
So,
anybody, Bob, you have anything you want to say? No?
No, just curious if equipment was delivered to the transfer station.
Jimmy told me it was. I haven't gone to see it yet.
They haven't,
He said it's all hooked up and he likes it.
Okay, then
yeah.
we
If
need
there's
to get
any,
like an official
if
invoice
there's
from
any
them.
questions on it, I
Yeah.
have all my notes on it.
Okay.
Let me-
Yeah, he's real happy with it.
Good.
Yep.
Make sure that that gets paid, because I didn't know it had been installed. It's all up and running and everything.
I don't know.
All right, I'll
I
ask
was
Jimmy.
asking.
I'll
I'll
probably
get
see
over
Jimmy.
there
Yeah.
this weekend.
Okay.
But
Yeah, good.
Mm.
Thanks. Okay, so,
We're missing Susan.
Susan's got to give a report.
oh, Jesus, I went right by it, Susan. I'm sorry.
it's all right, it's gonna be pretty quick, so.
I'm sorry about
Um,
that.
Planning board, so there was no planning board meeting in February, so I have nothing to report on that. There is going to be an application coming forward for April's meeting, but there's only one so far. And things have been very quiet at the building department, but those things should be probably heating up quickly.
Yep.
One thing that I wanted to mention was that I don't know that this has been brought to everybody's attention, but Maxine, and I thought that she said she was going to speak to everyone. I don't know that she's gotten the chance. That she teaches, I think it's St. John's Law School on Wednesday evening. She's not available on Wednesday evenings. So, and she is the liaison to the Conservation Advisory Commission, which, so I attended their most recent meeting. I'd be willing to, take over on that.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
So, I'll be happy to do.
Hey,
We have
thank
the
Margaret.
chair, I would yield to the chair who is here, of the CAC, so maybe she's got some thoughts.
Is that good, Margaret?
We would love to have Susan.
There you go.
Okay,
That's it. Thank you for
So-
volunteering for that.
absolutely.
That's great.
And so that's it.
That's good. Okay, so two things came up after the agenda was posted that we need to go into executive session about. One is a personnel issue, another one's a legal issue. So with that, folks, I will ask you to have a nice evening.
Do you need a motion to go?
Yeah.
So I'll make a motion to go into executive session for a
Second.
legal and personnel issue.
Second? Second?
Oh, second.
All in
I thought we
favor? I know, I'm
Aye.
sorry.
To answer the question about the village budget, it does look